Oh, there we go. Sorry, everybody. I was eating, and I did the transition too early. But here we are, for my favourite race. Yes! Let's go racing around the Formula 1 2025, 27th of October, GRS Season 12, F2, Magyar Nagydíj, Hungary Epic race. There you go. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Oh, dearie me. What a day. What a day. We have 16 in the lobby at the moment. We should have 18, but one of them is preoccupied, and the other one, who knows, is disappeared. Before we get started, we have some news. News about the grid. Some very sad news, but not if you are a McLaren hater, because... well, maybe it is, because they might get a better driver in. But anyway, McLaren have lost one of their drivers from last week. A man that went by the name of K4RGN4R or something like that. Has decided to quit at the first opportunity after his team principal, Ahmed, said in the chat that P14 was not good enough. That was the final straw for him. And maybe some would argue the first straw for him. But he did not like that, and that is it. His GRS debut, GRS career is over in a flash. Today McLaren have no drivers actually, because Jere here, Mr. Skoloin, is reserving up. He's not officially been signed by McLaren yet, but there are rumours that he could be signed by McLaren to take that spot that is left vacant. The other McLaren is not here for whatever reason, Habibi. We're also missing a fan favourite sausage roll. Alfie Everdevine is not here today. I don't know what he could be doing that's more important than driving the best track on the game. But yeah. I'm very much looking forward to this, mostly because I need to know how fast these people are in qualifying to see if I can beat them, because I want to win. This is the race. If I'm going to win any race, it will be this race. No other race can compare. I could do with a bit of rain, though, because in dry conditions, the tyres do not last for myself. So... yeah. Anyway, first lap of the day is going to be with Mr. Harry Spanswick. So let's go on board with him. Let's get rid of the UI, apart from the telemetry and the track map. Let's see how he does. Down into turn 1, overtake still engaged. Down into third gear for this corner. Kissing the apex very nicely, getting on the power pretty smoothly. No wheel spin from what we could see there. Going down towards turn number 2. Bit of a lock up, but hooks up that very nicely, using a bit of the track to the right hand side. More overtake mixture as we go up through the gears to the all important and very difficult turn number 4 at the end of the first sector. 26.9, that's pretty decent for the opening sector. Managed to stay in track limits there. That's probably the hardest place to stay in track limits on this track, along with turn 11. Here is the chicane, as there's an Aston Martin in the gravel getting out of the way. This looks very clean and tidy from Harry Spanswick so far in the Haas. Fourth gear through here he's decided to use, getting on the ERS deployment here as well. Now turn 11. This can be really tricky to lose the rear of the car, but his car looks very stable, I've got to say. Maybe too stable. I don't know. We will see. 2 sectors down, 1 to go as we enter the hairpin of turn 13. Penultimate corner. Again, using all of the track as he gets past a Mercedes waiting to start his lap. And now around the final corner. What is our opening lap of the day going to be? It's going to be a 15.7, which is not too shabby, if you ask me. Let's see what Arno can do. Lobby host for the day. And of course, very quick driver, but not quick enough right now. He is half a tenth off the pole man. And in second place at the moment, Charlie Roberts is going to be the next one to cross the line. He's not got a front wing, though. So somewhere on his lap, that's gone pretty wrong. And he will be coming into the pits. No, he won't. He will be driving straight on because he forgot the pit lane existed. Interesting from Charlie Roberts. This sets a 24.7. Next up is Emily, who's invalidated their lap, so we won't watch that. We will have a look at Stewart instead in the Alpine. Ooh, that didn't look good as I look away, and he's nearly run out of track limits there as well. This is going to be a pretty slow time of a 16.9 at the moment. The other Haas driver of Daniel Baklik is starting his lap. Left wing back. Let's see what he's going to do. Purple middle sector. He goes fastest. Sorry, I should not carry on eating. Terrible. I'm on a tight schedule here. Get home. Get on the comms. Well, I say it's like an hour and a half between it, but whatever. 15-4, that's pretty competitive from the Aston Martin so far, who looked very quick last week in the F2, and he reserved up in F1 as well. So that was interesting. Who is this Williams here? He's got a new name. This is the reserve driver today, Samuel Austin. I don't think he was here last week, as he has a big slide through turn 11. Ooh, the Alpine has some weird graphics on their exhaust back there. You spotted that. Anyway, what's it going to be as we see Yere in the McLaren go P6, Conor McCabe P5, Daniel Backlick P4, and the Davy Johnts, I think, for this season. Sammy Austin goes P8 at the moment. John Ahern is the only one still on a lap who is yet to complete one. A valid lap, that is. We have some people on outlaps. We have some in the box still. Jaden Jackson, Emily obviously oh my gosh, Emily invalidated in the other Red Bull. Let's see what John Ahern, the team principal of Red Bull, can do. A bit too wide there for my liking. Fourth gear through here is interesting. The car does look a bit more slidey, certainly than Harry Spanswick's car. And he's going to cross the line and do a 16.0 at the moment. P6, that puts him. What about your race winner last time out, your fastest man? This guy looks championship worthy already, but we'll see if he can carry on that form into the Hungaroring this week. He's on his first lap. It's Lennon Lutka in the Williams, everybody. Nobody's in the chat today. We have people watching, but nobody's saying anything, which is a stark contrast from last week's sausage roll propaganda. Did he not win? I actually forgot who won last week. I'm very sorry, left wing back, if you did win. Did you win? I thought he won. I don't know. See, if the standings were up, I would have refreshed my memory, but someone's not put the standings up. So, you know. He got second. Oh, yeah, I remember now. He DSQ'd off the line. Not DSQ'd. He disconnected off the line. He didn't go anywhere. So, yeah, he had a recovery drive. Left wing back one. Well, there you go. Very sorry, Lloyd. You also beat me in F1, so, you know. You see, it takes me to say something wrong for people to chat. That's interesting. Good to know. Anyway, I've not watched this lap, but I'm thinking it's probably quite good. Let's see what it is. As he crosses the line now, it's going to be a 14.9! Oh dear. He's half a second clear at the top of the standings. That is quite ridiculous, as Zan obviously invalidated because he has run out of battery at the moment. Let's have a look at a full lap with... No, we won't. Hayden's on a lap. Let's go have a look at him. Into the chicane here. That was a bit of a lock up there, a bit deep into turn 6. Now, how much curb is he going to use? Plenty of it. A little bit unstable on the rear, though. Doesn't look like he can attack this section as he would like. Ooh, revving it in 5th as well and actually run wide. That is not going to count for Hayden Williams in the kick Sauber. Lots of people complaining about a 14.9 in the F2 chat. That is quite fast. I mean, well, I'm going to say my best time is currently a 14.8, so... And this is my best track, and I'm in F1. And I shouldn't be in F1, but, you know. 14.9 in F2. Goodness me. Goodness me! Almost beating me at my best track on the game. Charlie Roberts, though, maybe this is his best track. Let's see what he can do into the 3rd sector. That looks nice and stable, but has plenty of margin to use of track there. Best SpongeBob character. That was a very short poll. I didn't have a chance to vote. Patrick getting no votes, actually. It's Interesting. Mr. Krabs. Charlie Roberts goes P9 with a 16.9. 7 tenths. Make that 8 tenths off the next car, which is Yere. But yeah, we'll see. There's also an Aston Martin who is slow. Any reason for this? No, he's just letting people through. Just letting people through. Who's on a lap? Anyone on a lap? Jack Cocaine's on a lap. That looked pretty nice through turn 1. Callum Pearce seems to have woke up from his sleep. I'm assuming he was sleeping. He needs to get in the lobby. I can invite him. He doesn't have the game open, so I don't know why I'm going to try and do this. Anyway, a 10.5 down for Jack so far. From his previous best of a 17.2. And really taking a lot of curb on both parts of the chicane there in the offboard shot. That's a great offboard shot. We will look at that more often. This car does not look stable over the curbs at the moment. Sliding around. How's the turn 11 curb? Yep, exactly. It is not stable on the curves at all, and he does hit the barrier. As Jack in the Alpine takes out the brake marker board as well for good measure as he lets through Has he got a brake marker board under his car? Not anymore. Lets through the Sauber of Jaden Jackson. Let's see what he can do on his first timed lap. Luke Mills has just pasted the setup into the F2 chat if anyone wants to grab that, as Jaden Jackson goes P3 for the 15.6. Now I would say that's pretty fast, but he's 7 tenths off pole at the moment. Which I guess just shows how good that pole lap is so far. Let's go on board with Arno. 1.5 tenths up himself as John Hearn goes P3, and his teammate follows him in behind in P4. I think left wing back is actually going to cross the line with an improvement here. 15-0, that is very, very competitive. But it's still not enough to take pole at the moment. Let's see what his teammate can do. He's a 10.5 up for the moment. Flicks it in to turn 11. Purple sector 2, he's 3.5 tenths up now. This is going to be challenging the top 3 quite easily. But can he do enough to maybe get his teammate on the front row? Using all the possible battery, a bit deep into that corner, but maybe getting a better exit here. So the short run up to the line. What's it going to be for Arno? It's going to be P5. Lost a bit of time in that last sector compared to other people. Only 2 tenths improvement for him. Let's have a look at Barton Outing. He's coming into the final sector. He is not on a lap actually, but Daniel Bakalik is in the house. Oh, he's got the American Haas livery today as Daniel Bakalik. Car number... is that a 1 or an 8 on the front? I have no idea. He's got an Ocon helmet on, I can tell you that. Car number 2. There you go. He goes P8 for the 15.699. Stuart Bradbury's in turn 4. Throwing the car in. I think it said he set an identical first sector to his previous best there. How's the chicane going to be from this angle? That looked pretty nice actually. Not too much sliding after using the curb. He could have used more curb there on the left hand side. And now he's got a bit on the grass for this bit. A bit compromised. Ooh, it looks like it was going to go round on him there. Half a tenth down as we head into the final sector. Big lock up on the inside. Car very unstable under braking there. Very tight line through the hairpin. Bit of oversteer and exit as Zan Kamarick in the Ferrari goes P8. And this car looks all over the place. The rears are very, very hot. And he only improves to P13. Who is this? You are Senna. Pleasure to meet you. Hello, Senna. Ayrton. Not Ayrton. Yeah. Sup. That's it, really. Anyway, back to the action. Left wing back, mate. I don't think you should be telling Luke to move Lennon up, because you're only half a tenth off his time. Really, you guys should go together at this point. That's what I think. Anyway, let's have a look at this lap from Sam Austin. I think everyone else is coming into the pits. Bidding war for Lennon. Maybe, you know, you never know. Maybe he'll make a mistake in the race. Anyway, here's his teammate for the day. Looking pretty decent through the first 6 corners. Now into the chicane. Ooh, I didn't like that downshift. Yeah, and he's now offline for that bit. For me, you really need to attack that first left-hander after the chicane, because then it opens up the right-hander. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how this lap stacks up. 17.1 at the moment for him. Puts him in P15, but a decent improvement will jump him up the times. What's it going to be for Sam Austin as he crosses the line? 16.3, 8/10 improvement up to P12. That's respectable for the debut Williams driver. Everyone else is in the box, apart from Dan Bakalik, who's just come out. So yeah, almost time for the final runs of the day. My favourite part of commentating is the final runs of quali. And the race start, I suppose, but I do like the final runs of quali. It's very frantic. You know, one person crosses the line, then there's another. And another. And another. Right, here we go then. The first of the last flying laps. And it's going to be Daniel Bakalik to start it. Hello, Edvin. How are you? Would you beat a 14.9? That's what I want to know. Anyway, into turn 1. Bit of a lock-up. But a decent exit, it looked like. Let's go off board for turn number 2. Another hairpin, really. But quickly turns into the next corner. I like to stay left as long as possible here before you straighten it out to the right, but he chooses not to do that. Downshifting into 6th for that corner. I think you can take it with a small lift in 7th, but we will see. Down into 4th gear for this chicane. I like 2nd. But there you go. Different driving styles. Bit wide on the left-hander there. Ooh, and that's a bit of grass, and that is off, and that is going to be the end of Daniel Bakalik's lap, really, and he does back out of it as Sam Austin has retired from the session. He's had enough. John Ahern's on an out lap, so this is the next car. It's going to be Emily. In the Red Bull, what's his middle sector split going to be like here? 3 temps down on his previous best. Let's move on to the next car, which is Callum Pearce. He's joined the lobby. Can't believe it. We've got 18 runners at last as checkered flag is out. Left wing back does not get a lap in. He missed the flag. Same with Charlie Roberts. Same with Hayden Williams. He's going to be starting last. But will Callum Pearce be alongside him? What's his opening lap of the day going to be? It's only enough for P15. Next up is Barton Outing. I picked the wrong Ferrari. Oh no. Stuart Bradbury. I picked the wrong Alpine. Oh, it was Jack Cocaine. Anyway, Yere, there's only one McLaren on track, and he is next to cross the line. He's 10th down at the moment, but can he make up anything in the final sector? No, he can't. Jaden Jackson will be next. He's 3 temps up as he comes across the line to go P4. That's a great improvement for him. What about Harry Spanswick in the Haas? He's also 3 temps up. P3 for him. What a great lap from Haas driver. Arno's invalidated. That's crucial for him. Only P8 at best. Stuart Bradbury, though, is 4 temps up, and he goes up into P12 in the 15s himself. I make excuses, goes P6. That is Zan Kamerick and Lennon. Can he improve? He's 2 temps up, and he's backed out of it. Oh, he doesn't want to show his true pace. He is sandbagging. The pole man is sandbagging. Did you see the lift he did to the line? John Ahern is coming into the box. And I think that is it, as Daniel Bakalik is not going to improve. There you go. Lennon's on pole, yet again. No surprises there. But he was 2 tenths up. He could have done a 0.7. Ooh, I can't do a 0.7. Goodness me, this guy's rapid. But, as we rightfully found out, he did not win the last race. So first of all, he's got to avoid disconnecting off the start. Closely followed by left wing back Lloyd Bailey. Hid P2, only half a tenth down. Harry Spanswick with a great lap, 15.1 to take P3 in the end. Conor McCabe is 4th, Jaden Jackson 5th, just ahead of Zan Kamrick in 6th, and John Ahern was 7th. There you go. He didn't sandbag, he messed up the last corner. Okay. No, damn, that is very impressive. Anyway, let me run for you through the grid once more. Not many invalidations to date. Lennon P1, Lloyd Bailey P2, followed by Harry Spanswick, Conor McCabe, Jaden Jackson, Zan Kamrick, John Ahern, Emily Corran, Arno, Kierre, Daniel Bakalik, Stuart, Bart, Sam Austin, Callum Pearce, Charlie Roberts, Jack Cocaine, and Hayden Williams. There you go. My memory of names is improving day by day. Here we are then, in a very sunny Budapest. Ready for this race. Lennon has said in the chat that he's not going to be doing any more F2 races after this, allegedly. We'll see if we believe that, but he definitely was sandbagging. So let's see if he can get his first win, and maybe last win of the season here today. Once again, look, no fans in the paddock club, just empty seats up there. They don't want to watch the Hungaroring Magyar Nagydic. Yeah, disappointing to be honest. Should be populated with fans. Very disappointing. McLaren mechanics in Lando Norris's garage are completely static. But that doesn't matter anymore because the 5 red lights are coming on. We have 4 red lights and now 5. And the lights are gone and we are racing in Hungary. And it looks like a good start for one of the Red Bulls there. He's pulled to the middle of the road as all the cars filter by and we don't get a good camera angle of it. But Lennon will be under pressure from left wing back into turn 1. He's going round the outside. Can he take the lead maybe? Ooh, a bit of ghosting between them, but it's going to be side by side. I think Lennon will hold on to that one. Harry Spanswick in P3. Conor McCabe down in 4th. Arno's getting to place up to 5th. There's a Sauber off the road as left wing back is under pressure from Harry Spanswick. He's now left the session. He's left the session as there's damage further back. I will re-invite left wing back very shortly as they all filter through turn 4. What has gone on with left wing back? I do not know. Hopefully he can get back in very shortly. As Harry is now going to be pushing his ghost car round. Whereas further back, I think Hayden's got an issue. Has he also left the session? I'm not sure. Left wing back is tumbling down the order because of this. Jack Cocaine's all over the back of somebody. Is another Sauber off. It's Jaden Jackson. He's lost loads of places. He was in the top 10. Was he not? Let me just invite Hayden, assuming he is still here. Shadow's not under S. I do not have Shadow. Okay. Anyway, Lennon sets the fastest lap. And Arno's looking racy in 4th, potentially on Conor McCabe. Let's have a look at the positions gained on the opening lap. Big gainer, Arno up 5 places. Charlie Roberts up 5 places into the points now. Jaden down 8. I don't know what happened to both Saubers. John Ahern's lost loads of places as well. He's at the back. Didn't see what happened to him. There's a left wing back also tumbling down the order because of his Wi-Fi issue. Let's have a look at the tyres. Everyone on the mediums? Yeah, not everybody. Zan is deciding not to be. Why are the engines like this? Why? I do not know. As I think maybe the Sauber missed the chicane a bit there. And yeah, left wing back is tumbling. Have you got back? Is your Wi-Fi back? Do you need another invite? I sent you one. So hopefully that is enough for you to get back in, because points are still on offer here today. Especially for someone with your kind of pace. So Harry Spanswick is holding on to Lennon here. Let's get the telemetry on and the lap data as well. So he's holding on, which is interesting. What's the battery looking like? Ah, yes, he's used 50% more battery than his rival. But he has got DRS, so maybe he can use that to save a bit of battery. Maybe Lennon is just backing up the pack, being nice and steady, as Jaden's made a mistake, and he's off into the grass at turn 1. Kick Sauber having a terrible day so far, with their drivers down in 16th and 18th at the moment. Oh, Spanswick, he's really gaining on Lennon here. Will it be enough to make an overtake though? Arno as well is looking like he wants a podium here, early doors. Speaking of gaining, Charlie Roberts all over the back of Daniel Bakalik. Got a bit of a DRS train from 3rd downwards, all the way to 14 at the moment. So we'll see who will be the first one to break that train and maybe make an overtake, or make an overtake in the train. One of two things can happen there. Let's go on board with Arno in P4 as Connor is defending to the inside. Breaking the toe. Arno's going to go for it round the outside. Late on the brakes. Can he get the braking done? He can. But I don't know if he's going to have the traction to get around the outside. He's been forced off a little bit there. What about on board with the Ferrari driver? Can he take advantage of these two squabbling and make up some places on his hard tyres? They're still side by side ahead of him. This is a great camera angle to see this. And they're going to be pushed off into the grass maybe. Arno's still got the inside line for this next corner. And they're pushing each other off at every single opportunity. They're going to be side by side into turn 4. This is extremely risky stuff. And round goes Connor. Oh, I said it was risky, and it proved to be. He's off. He's had a little spinny. I think he's had a bit of contact with the barrier too. And that has dropped him all the way down into P12 at the moment. Sandwiched between two Alpines. It was bold stuff from both of them. But the driver on the outside, I think, was always going to have a better run there. Around the outside of that corner. It's very difficult to go side by side into there. But yeah, they carried on that battle all through turns 1, 2, 3 and 4. As Callum Pearce has made an error now. He's had a spin at turn 11. He has had a spin. Also, we've lost Jaden Jackson here, I think, to an issue. Who said he has clutch issues, apparently. Maybe that was on the start, which is why he lost so many places. Somebody's also broken 50 metres too early, according to him. We'll see about that. Anyway, ACM is into the box. As we see Arno and Zan side by side here. This is Zan trying to go into the podium places. And he's made the move despite being on the worst tyre at this stage. We are 5 laps in, so the mediums will be already probably 20% worn at this point. Why didn't Connor just give up? I don't know. Wanted to be a hero. Get past Arno. Stay ahead of him. Wasn't to be. But now... Man in P3, I'm really liking this strategy. He's got the pace early doors. Can he hold on to it? Can he maybe gain on the top two, who are still within DRS of each other, actually? So, yeah, that's good for Harry in the Haas. Further down the pack, Donohan is gaining on left wing back, who's still not here. I don't know if he's going to be here. He says he's online. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that progresses. Arno has now lost DRS to the car ahead, so he's really struggling on his mediums already. In fact, he did have DRS on that straight. As we see further back, a Haas putting some pressure on Barton Outing. Two Ferrari-powered cars going at it. Oh, but that's a big slide for Daniel Bakalik, and it's not going to mean that he can get past on this occasion. So he's still got a bit of a DRS train from 7th to 11th, and also from 3rd to 6th. Well, 7th to 10th, I should say, and 3rd to 6th. So yeah, some gaps starting to form, I think mostly from a few battles happening. Also, Jaden Jackson's car is still sat there. What looks like could be for the whole race. That could give people some illegal overtakes. Oh, it's just gone as I said that. It's just gone. Never mind. Thought that was going to be a glitch once again. Yere's having a little decent race, and Arno's into the box already on lap 6. He's had enough of the medium tyres, and he's committed to a two-stop strategy here. This is very interesting. I was expecting some people to try and make the one-stop work, but it's clear that Arno cannot do that. And he's into the box. For a set of hard tyres that goes as long as possible and then put on another set of mediums at the end. Interesting stuff as Bart and Daniel are side by side. Bart's actually ahead still of the Haas driver despite a challenge from him into turn 1. Going on board with Daniel here, there's not going to be an overtaking opportunity coming up as left wing back is back in the lobby. He should have told me to ping him. Ooh, what a great move that is from on Callum Pearce around the outside. Gets into turn 4 before the braking zone, so we don't have a repeat of an Aston and Merc collision at that corner today. 4.3 seconds between 2nd and 3rd here. We will monitor that gap, see if it comes down a little bit. Oh, I was about to go on board with Charlie Roberts and say he's my driver of the day so far because he's gained 8 positions in 7 laps, and he looks quite quick. It looks like he can fight Daniel Bakalik and Barton Outing ahead of him here. But he did put a wheel on the grass as I flipped to him, so we will see how that is going to happen. And actually, Stuart Bradbury might think of a move here himself. Let's go on board with Daniel Bakalik, though. He switches to the outside to maybe overtake the Ferrari here around the outside. He's going to try and go. There's no room there. Let's go on board with Charlie Roberts. And it looks like the Haas driver has to back out of it for now. Also interested in Arno's pace down here in 16th. We will monitor that. Currently got 2 seconds to John Ahern ahead of him. Sauber is in the mud, unfortunately, Jake. That is very true. As Yere's gone a bit deep and could be under pressure from Emily here. Not quite. Maintained position off the track to Charles Leclerc there. As this quartet of cars, that's what it's called, a quartet, isn't it? It's going to be very interesting, these 4, I think. Barton Outing has been holding on very well as Arno's got past John Ahern very, very quickly. He was 2 seconds behind as Callum Pearce has made another spin. He's had another spin at the same corner. Maybe now he thinks, why should he have bothered turning up today? He was late, he didn't want to be here, and he's had a spin. Meanwhile, Yere's lost a place, and looks like Bart might be losing a place in the background there, side by side. Daniel's got the inside line this time, and that could be crucial to hold on to the position. Bart's got plenty of battery if he wants to use it, but I don't think he's got the traction to fight. He will have to settle behind for now with Charlie Roberts, the car behind him, followed by Stuart Bradbury. But look at Arno, he's already up into P12. Callum Pearce does say goodbye for now. So 7.2 to his teammate left wing back, who is back in the lobby in P11. So let's see how quickly he can catch. Well, look at how much Stuart gains in that first part of the chicane, but then loses on exit. Slow in, fast out for Charlie Roberts in the RB. I think the tyres will be starting to scream at this point in time. for everybody on the mediums. And Stewart's going to have a move here up the inside of turn 12, is he? He thinks about it. And then decides against it. Doesn't want to take an unnecessary risk. Yatin is going to be back next week. That is good to see. Start getting some points on the board. As Stewart tries to get a good exit, but it looks like Charlie's got a better one. But he's going to be gaining in the slipstream. We watch on board from the rear wing. Will he dart to the inside? He absolutely does. Stuart Bradbury up the inside. They're side by side. He looks like he's made that move stick. Under pressure from his teammate though in an Alpine as well. As left wing back decides to join the party too. Yellow flag further ahead, and that's Yere, who's had a little spin. He should be here on the left hand side. There he is. Had a moment, and he's now going to be passed by one, maybe two cars here up into turn 4. And he's going to slot right into this 5-way battle. It's getting tasty in the midfield today. As out in front, 1.5 seconds the gap now between Lennon and Harry Spanswick. Spanswick has lost about 6/10 in the last few laps. But he did well to stay in DRS range for such a long time. His tyres are now going off considerably, and Zan in P3 is gaining up to 3.4. He's gained a second on him since we last looked at that gap. Meanwhile, Charlie Roberts has lost DRS because he was passed by Stewart in all of that. Although Stewart is ghosted. Don't know what happened to him. I think he ran wide. Yere's got back through. Charlie Roberts has now got DRS. So is left wing back. See if there's going to be any moves into turn 1 yet again. Stewart's up the inside of Yere. You can see them side by side. Leaves just enough space on the outside, but Yere's going to have the inside line for turn 2. But that does turn to the outside for turn 3 if Stewart can be late enough on the brakes to go all the way around the outside. The hard work will pay off if he gets the inside for the next corner. He's still got a nose in, so he will have it, but actually Yere had the better run and manages to hold on to P7. This is some great racing down between P7 and 12, and look who's joined the party. The man who's pitted already, he's on fresh tyres. He's got Jack Cocaine just ahead of him. And then all of these cars to get through as Arno. But his traction is going to be something else on these fresh, hard tyres. Hard tyres definitely the preferred tyre around here, especially when it's very hot like it is here. He thinks about a move into turn 11, but that is simply not possible. As into the pits comes Lennon Lutker from the lead. Arno thinks about a little dive bomb, only sticks his nose in, but Jack gives him the space, and he will get through on that occasion as left wing back is all over the back of the racing bull ahead of him. Lennon's into the box, as we already said, onto a set of hards. Left wing back is let through his teammate. Interesting. Where's Lennon going to come out in all of this, actually? There he is, up the inside of Arno. Arno's nearly undercut into the lead. He has undercut into the net lead of the race. And this is going to be very, very spicy for these guys. Maybe left wing back letting him through was crucial for Arno holding on or gaining the net lead here. And now he's going to think of a move on Charlie Roberts. He can't go there. There's no room there, and he does back out of it. But this is going to get very tasty with Lennon going for a move here. That's a little side tap on the side pod of Arno. That was very risky from Lennon. They're all in traffic. Yeah, pitting into traffic here can be dangerous. You never know. If Harry Spanswick pulls the plug now, he might be able to get out ahead of these guys, because they've been held up quite a bit here. Arno is your net race leader at the moment, but here's Lennon Lutker, and Arno's going to go for a move up the inside of turn number 12. Can Lennon follow him through on Charlie Roberts? Doesn't look like it at the first opportunity. No, he has to wait behind for a couple more corners before he can go for the move into turn 1. Has Harry decided to stay out? He has. Maybe trying to make the one-stop work, because I don't think you can get the hards to the end from here yet. I think you need one more lap, and then it's possible as Yere gets past Bart. But let's go back to Lennon, who's sticking his nose in on Charlie Roberts, and just about has the rotation, I think, to get that one done. And there he does. Jack Kane's into the box. Ooh, there's cars going off up ahead. Arno has had a move on Stewart, and now he's under pressure as there was fire at the back of both cars there from Lennon Lutker. They're going to be side by side going into turn 4. That's a crucial mistake from Arno, and it's cost him the race lead. Fortunately for him, there's a couple more drivers in traffic just ahead that could get in his rival's way and hold him up, give him an opportunity to get back past. As Lennon's going for a move here, that's really risky on Bart Nouting, and Bart's holding on to it. A little bit of wheel banging there, and now Arno's on the back of him. This is very good information for tomorrow. Getting through the field is fun, but very difficult. You have to make some unorthodox moves to get stuff done here. As Harry Spanswick is into the box. Where's he going to come out? I think probably behind left wing back. And ahead of Charlie Roberts. He's now dropped 4 seconds. I don't know what happened to him. Here's Arno. Look at the traction difference. They both have DRS. No, they don't. Only Arno has DRS, and he will blast past up into net P6. Or P6 at the moment on the road. Left wing back also makes a place on Stuart Bradbury in the background there. Lennon's also got past Yere in all of that melee out there. So Lennon up to 4th. Harry Spanswick has come out in 10th, behind Stuart Bradbury and left wing back. Jack Kane gets past the ghost car of Aidan Williams. Ooh, and that's a McLaren really bouncing over the curves and now under pressure from Arno. But he's going to have to stay behind for the next few corners here, as it's very difficult to overtake here. We've already seen. Can he make a late lunge here? I don't think he's close enough. Let's go have a look at Harry Spanswick, because he is close enough, and he's going up the inside of Stuart Bradbury. In the Alpine, nicely done. No problem for him. As Daniel Bakalik in the other Haas comes into the pits on lap 15, and in comes left wing back as well. Meanwhile, Arno's going to get past Yere. So anyone pitting now can definitely, well, yeah, they can go to the end, sorry. They can go to the end on hards, but drivers like Arno, even Lennon is a bit of a push. Arno's definitely on a 2-stop. ACM is definitely on a 2-stop. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, particularly for Arno, because I think he, you know, has the pace to make a 2-stop work. So it will just be about whether that strategy is actually as quick as a 1-stop or not, and I do not know. Meanwhile, Sam Austin is out there. He's got 6 lap-old mediums on. He's in 9th at the moment. And Lennon is going to gain another place in this turn 12 right-hander. I think that's a couple of overtakes he's made there now. Up into 2nd. 8.3 behind the race leader, which is Zan Kamrick, who has not pitted yet. He started on the hards and was the only driver to do so. So it'll be interesting to see his strategy and how long he goes. Meanwhile, Yere in the McLaren is into the box on lap 16. Start at the end of lap 15, rather. So Harry up to 4th. Arno in 3rd. Lennon 2nd. And of course, Zan still out there from the start. Bart Nouting is also into the pits for Ferrari. He's going to be overtaken by left wing back and Jack Cockayne on the exit here, looks like. Where's Yere coming out of all this? As left wing back goes to the left hand side and tries to go around the outside. A little bit of wheel banging. Side by side contact between the two of them. It looks like left wing back's got the traction though to get that move done, and he's up into 9th. But for Jack, he's got 2 fast drivers just coming out of the box ahead of him now to try and hold on, hold position to. What else have we got going on? Connor is 4 tenths behind Sam here. Ooh, Arno and Harry. Harry has got past Arno on 7 lap pressure tyres into turn 12. Meanwhile, these guys are threatening moves into 1. Charlie Roberts getting past the Ghost car. Jack Cocaine's had an issue. He's lost some places to both Stewart and Yere. And Daniel Backlick's got 100% battery to burn on this straight to get past at least one driver. Ooh, he doesn't really have much straight line speed though compared to the Merc, but he will have better braking performance, and up the inside he goes. Nicely done, ahead before the braking was complete. And now we'll think about a move on Sam Austin. I'd go to the outside here and try and dance around the outside with your fresh tyres. Sam has that covered off. He's going to go to the outside for the second part though, and he does dance around the outside. What a move from Daniel Backlick. That could be move of the race, as we see Emily going for a move up the inside, maybe into turn 4 on ACM, but it didn't quite work out for him. Backed out. Smart play, as we saw what happened to Connor himself earlier on in the race in that corner. Had a little spin, contact with the Aston Martin of Arno. So we're 17 laps in, which means we are only just at half race distance here. Up the inside goes Emily. And that's a nice and controlled move. Nice and controlled move into P7 for the Red Bull driver. Meanwhile, you remember how out in front there was a 7-second gap between Lennon and I Make Excuses? Not anymore there isn't, because he's here, he's on the scene. He's rapid on his fresher tyres, 11 laps even, I can't do maths. Oh, and off goes Emily after making that position. He's made a mistake and he's been barged out by Connor as well as he tried to rejoin the track. Some contact there. That is not good for these guys. Meanwhile, let's have a look at the battle for the lead. I say battle. I don't think there's going to be much of a fight here. It just looks inevitable. Will it be done in this corner? It looks like he's going to wait until turn number 1. 50% battery for Zan. 90% for the Williams driver behind. And it will be like taking candy from a baby. Wait, isn't that supposed to mean difficult or easy? Surely that's difficult. I don't know sayings. Anyway, easy as you like. Down the straight, move already complete before the braking zone. Lennon back into the lead to take the win he rightfully deserves so far, but he's still got 16 laps to go, which is plenty of laps to have something catastrophic go wrong. We will see. Anyway, there's a three-way battle here between Connor, Emily and left wing back. They're going to make it 3 wide. Doesn't look like it, as the Red Bull goes up the inside of the Mercedes, and actually Aston will try and follow him through. This is smart play from left wing back. He gets the better traction on the fresher, 10-lap fresher hard tyres, and makes a position. 2 positions lost there for the Mercedes in 1 corner. Next up on their radar is Sam Austin. 10-lap olds, medium tyres. He's going to have to box again, as we see the Red Bull going wide there, probably getting a warning for that. No way you're going to make a move up the chicane. Surely not. That would have been overtake of the day. But he backed out of it. Sensible. Looks like they'll have to sit behind until turn 1. The Williams has plenty of battery to spare though. Surely not a move there. But he's actually put the Williams off. And he's going to go for it anyway, side by side here. This is crazy stuff. He's going to have the outside line as into the pits actually comes Sam Austin. 10 laps on the mediums was all he could manage. Now it's surely going to be hard to the end for him. No DRS, that meant for Emily though. And he's going to be under pressure from left wing back round the outside. The Red Bull tries to hold on the brakes and has the tightest of lines. And then there's going to be a traction race down to turn 2. The Aston Martin will have the inside and will be ahead before the braking zone. Up into 6th place. Great recovery drive from disconnecting from left wing back so far. Up into 6th place. 2 places behind his teammate, who does have to pit again, of course. And so does Zan here, so a couple of drivers ahead still to make pit stops. Lennon, I will be impressed if he makes it to the end, to be honest. But it is possible. There's a yellow flag, and it's John Ahern. He's got onto the grass slightly. I think there might have been some contact with maybe ACM or Sam, who's just come out of the box. In fact, they both just come out of the box. So what are we looking at now? What is the next sort of battle that's going to happen on track? I don't know. I mean, Yere is close to Stewart. Let's have a look at this battle between Sam and ACM here, though. These guys are on the same age of tyre, just come out the pits, have all the grip in the world, and can put on a show for us, maybe. We'll see. We will see. I think Yere is going to have to wait another lap in the McLaren to get past Stewart. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Left wing back is not quite cleared DRS from the Red Bull behind yet. So we'll see if those battles carry on. Meanwhile, Arno's made his second stop. He's into the pits. Gets it stopped nicely for the pit limiter. Where's this going to put him out then? That is the question. Pitting from 4th. Could be down in 11th, 12th, around Charlie Roberts maybe. Jack Cockayne. Let's see. As we see Yere making a move up the inside on Stewart. Plenty of overtakes into turn 1 today. And is this going to be another one? He's had poor traction on exit though. He's going to have to go all the way around the outside. Stewart leaves the door open. But it was well defended in the end by Stewart. And Arno's come out in 10th, just ahead of Jack Cockayne. But realistically, he can charge back through the field and get up into the top 5, I think. 4th might be a bit of an ask, but 5th is certainly on. Maybe the 2-stop is not too slow around here. Although saying that, he was on for 3rd, I think, on a 1-stop. If he could have made it work, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Other drivers will have no pace at the end compared to Arno. That's for sure. As into the pits comes Zan. So this is very interesting. He's pitting the same time as Arno, but he's going to put the medium tyres on. He's made it 21 laps, 22 laps on those hards. He's got another 12 to go. It's definitely possible on the mediums. Should be a bit less wear though later on in the race as well. As left wing back has left the session again with more Wi-Fi issues. And up the inside goes Yere on Stewart, round number 2 for these guys. This time he has made the position already, but Stewart's got the better traction and he's going to have the outside line for turn 2. How's this going to work out? Will the man on the inside hold firm? No, actually Stewart's hit him in the back a little bit, and I think Yere is going to hold on to this position in P7. Good move from him there. Couldn't complete it on the first attempt, but made sure he did on the second attempt. Mate, this Ferrari is going to be absolutely rapid towards the end of the race. He could get a podium. He could definitely get a podium here. On the fresh mediums, Lennon's in again. He is doing a 2-stop. Harry Span, it's going to be a Haas 1-2 momentarily. Harvey Conway, where are you? Turn up. Watch the stream, because the Hasses are going to be 1 and 2 momentarily here, I think. Actually, Lennon might get out ahead of Daniel Bakalik. Let's see how this unfolds. I think he will be ahead. And if he's not ahead, he will be ahead very soon. It's not going to be a Haas 1-2. That is a shame. Or is it? No, it's not. That is a shame. Meanwhile, left wing back is losing places with more internet issues for Aston Martin, and he's not even on my list anymore. which is unfortunate for him as Arno sets the fastest lap of the race. He's in P8 now, making a move on Stewart. Going to go around the outside of turn 2. Does he have the grip to do so? Makes Stewart go deep and actually tries to switch it back on him. That's really clever stuff from Arno, and it's worked out beautifully for him. He's up in the P7. Left wing back is out of the race, apparently. Can't rejoin. Can he not rejoin anymore? No. Yeah, you're not there. So, I don't know. We assume it is the terminal issue for left wing back. Look, he's got an engine failure. Disappointing stuff, but it happens to everybody. Won't open the game. The PC has given up. Is it a PC? It is a PC. The PC has given up on left wing back's car. Aston Martin, you need to upgrade your reliability. Nathan, if you're watching, buy him a new PC. As Sam Austin gets a 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look at the time penalties, actually. So with 10 laps to go, people will start picking some up. Stuart Bradbury, the most notable with a time penalty, up in P8, as Arno's making a move on Yere here. Up into P6. Not even a CPU or graphics card? What do you need? You need more RAM? RAM's cheap. I don't know what is going to help you. Pack of Haribos. How generous. Anyway, Charlie Roberts, you were my driver of the day in the first 8 laps. What's happened? What has happened? He's down in 13th, but he's still fighting for a points-paying position. 7 tenths off at the moment on Connor. So we'll see if he can make that up. Meanwhile, look at the top 5. It's all very evenly spread. 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, and 4 seconds. I think Lennon is going to win, followed by Harry Spanzwick, followed by Zan, followed by Arno, followed by Daniel. There's your top 5. That's my prediction. You just spent £800. I'm assuming pounds. I don't know if you're British. Your name is Lloyd Bailey. That's pretty British. RAM is very cheap. See, that's a lot of money to fix a computer. Look at how late he is on the brakes though, Arno. Got so much more grip than the Red Bull despite only being 6 laps fresher on the hard tyres. You're both in none, but like, what's going on here? Do you have an engine issue? Red Bull. Oh, he's got no grip. Look at this. Arno to the outside at turn 4. Nicely done. Up into P5, and he is charging on. Up to the next 2 drivers. It's ACM and Jack Cocaine are fighting. Down in P11 and 12. For these top 5. The 2 stop versus the alternate 1 stop versus the normal 1 stops. Harry Spanswick leads, 1.4 seconds clear from Lennon Lutka, who is gaining rapidly on his 10-lap fresher tyres. Then we have Daniel Bakalik in the other Haas. He's got 2.7 seconds ahead of Zan, who's the only one on medium tyres at the moment. He's also being chased down by Arno, 5.4 seconds behind. It's all going on here for the major points places today. Yeri and Stewart are close. Let's see if I feel like these guys have been close all race, fighting it out. We had 2 rounds with them earlier on. We might be on for round 3 here. Meanwhile, moving for the lead, Lennon Lutka is all over his rival. It's just the difference in grip is insane, I've got to say. Does this mean the 2 stop is better, or is just Lennon faster? Who knows? Look at that. He's already through before the braking zone of turn 12. That's not even a straight, really, to overtake on, but he's into the lead yet again. And he does a little wiggle because he knows he's on camera. He's taken the lead. And he is surely on to his first victory of the season, and maybe last if this is to be his last race. I don't know why it would be his last race, unless he gets promoted. But I don't know about that. We will see. Meanwhile, Zan has gained like 2 seconds in a lap here, I feel like, on Daniel Bakalik. And he's now within DRS. He's used all his battery to get there. So we'll have to do a bit of saving, a bit of battery saving before he can go on the attack. But yeah, we will see. We will see how it turns out here. Meanwhile, Sam Austin and Charlie Roberts for P14, everybody. Jack Cocaine and left wing back's not actually here, is he? Forgot about that. Lennon is just quick. I agree. I agree. Speaking of quick, he can't go for a move here. Actually, he compromised his line because he thought about an overtake there. But he can see many cars ahead of him. Left wing back, the Ghost car, of course. Jack again in the other Alpine. Up there too. Points are on offer on debut for Sam here. He does have a 3-second time penalty to contend with, but 6 laps to go. It's all possible. As Daniel Bakalik and Zan Kamerick are fighting. And Bakalik is holding on for now. Sam will want to make quick work of this. He's going for it up the inside. He's made contact. That's a terrible overtake. And he's spun himself round. He didn't need to do that. He could have been a bit more patient. I know the mediums were going to die soon. But that was ballsy. And ultimately, too ballsy. And he's been punished for it. He's lost the position to Arno. And maybe even Emily as well here. I don't think the move was ever on. Daniel had a right to close the door. Maybe. We need to see it again. But yeah, it just seems an unnecessary risk for someone with fresher tyres there. Could have waited another lap. Get an easier pass, maybe. But, to be fair, I was about to say he needs to make the move fairly quickly because the mediums will die. So, I can understand his rationale there. But, it's not gone well for him. He's still going to hold on to P5, it looks like. We'll see, unless his tyres are now cooked because of that spin. Which could mean the Red Bull here makes it up into 5th. Let's see. Down the start-finish straight we go. Overtaking gauge for both drivers. But on this occasion, they're going to stay as they are. So now the question is, can Arno gain on the Hasses, who are putting on a masterclass at the moment? Absolute masterclass, mate. Meanwhile, the battle for P12 and 11 and the final points paying positions. Sam Austin's got a great chance of getting these two and gapping 3 seconds, but he needs to get a move on if he wants to get that singular point, which can be so valuable. And I think would be a decent result on debut here. Switching back to battle for P5. Both drivers have plenty of battery to use, but I don't think there's going to be an overtake here. He's a bit too far back. And he does sit behind once again. What about Stewart? Oh, that's very late on the brakes, almost too late. He nearly loses the car. Blocking up the inside front. Very aggressively there was Stewart. He really wants to get past Yere again. It looks like he's lost all grip. 16 laps on these hards. And they are struggling here. They really are struggling. Meanwhile, his Alpine teammate is holding off 2 drivers for P11 at the moment. Which will be a decent 3 points for him. As we see a yellow flag, it's Sam! Oh no, on debut, he's into the wall, he's lost the front wing, and he's retired on track. Oh, Sam, it was going so well. I don't know what's happened, but he's made a mistake. He's got onto the grass, and his race is over. That is our third DNF of the day. Fifth, if you include left wing back and Hayden Williams here. That frees up Charlie Roberts to secure a points finish. Ooh, lots of wheel spin for the Red Bull, who I don't think is going to have the pace to get past the Ferrari. I think their pace has evened out between them now. Slightly fresher mediums versus older hards. Well, that sounds like it should be mediums, but the mediums have, you know, probably worn to an equal amount as the hards now, maybe. Especially with the spin for the Ferrari too. Getting that tyre very hot would have taken a while to cool down. This is the only remaining battle on track, it looks like, as Arno's 1.8 behind Daniel, though, for P3. There is still a battle for the podium here. I did think Arno would be able to get him, but I thought it would be a bit easier than it has been. We'll monitor that as Lennon is starting his third last lap here, lap 33 of 35. And he's on for a dominant victory, is Lennon, actually. 11.5 clear of anybody. Make that 11.7. Obviously on a two-stop strategy as well, so it could have been even more if he had made one less pit stop, maybe. Who knows? Great drives from Harry Spanswick. Let's have a look at the positions gained. Daniel Backley up 8 places. Look at that. Maybe that is driver of the day worthy. Most definitely. In the American Haas livery. Good day for Haas, this is looking like. But as I said, Arno is gaining. He's gained half a second in the last two sectors. And he probably will get DRS for maybe one, but that's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. That's cost him 3/10. All that hard work in the first two sectors is undone in turn 11. And he's back down to 1.8 seconds, so he's got 2 laps to get in the DRS and pass him. I think without that mistake he might have done it, but with that mistake it looks a bit out of reach for him. Will we see any punctures as well? Last week we saw some punctures. It's a long way to go on these tyres around here, that's for sure. Are we going to see any more dramatic tyre blowouts on the final lap? Harry Spanswick has lost 3 seconds to Lennon in 1 lap here. He's really nursing these tyres home now. Watch for those left-hand side tyres. They could be in trouble. Arno back up to 1.4 seconds behind his rival now. So we get some beautiful shots from the helicam. Not seen enough of helicam this race, actually. Spanswick is really... Oh, that's a big slide. A big oversteer moment for Daniel Backley, and that's going to give Arno the opportunity to get in the DRS, but he's sliding around himself through turn 11. The Haas are really struggling on the old tyres. Lennon starts his final lap of the race. He's gained another 3 seconds on Harry Spanswick in that lap, which honestly makes me think the 2-stop is worth it. Look at this. Lennon's done a 2-stop. He's 16.5 clear. I might do a 2-stop. Don't know. Anyway, Arno's in DRS, but is it going to be enough to get past? Not quite. As John Hurd and left wing back are fighting, but Daniel's made another mistake. Another rear slide. Let's check back for the battle for P5 and 6, and round he goes and into the wall on the final lap of the race. And Camric has lost it. He's made a mistake. He's got on the power too early, and it's going to cost him 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 positions. The tyres are finished. But he's not the only one. The Haas's tyres are finished too. Can Arno make a move? But he's off the track as well. He's nearly into the wall himself. It's all going on yet again here. But let's switch to the leader because he's absolutely dominated this race. In the last 3 laps, he's gained 8 seconds on his nearest rival. He's going to come around the final corner to dominate yet again. He took pole position. He didn't disconnect off the line. He led most of the laps and he has won. Lennon Lutker is your winner here in Hungary today. Harry Spanswick is going to hold on for P2. But will Daniel Bakalik hold on for P3? That is the question. Stewart's also really close to Zan Kamerick here. We might have to go switch to him as he goes into turn 11. It looks like Daniel's just going to hold on. Arno needed 1 more lap and a bit more battery to get past. To the line, Daniel Bakalik P3, Arno 4. Let's go down to see Stuart Bradbury. Can he send a move? He does have 6 seconds of pens though, so it's not going to make a huge difference. But for pride and pride alone. No, he's sliding as well. Look at that. He's going to be under pressure from Barton Outing. He's going to take the place. Yere takes P6. Zan Kamerick P7 with his teammate Barton Outing in P8. Stuart Bradbury is 9th on the road, and that is going to remain 9th as Conor McCabe is 10th. And here's the battle for P11 and 12. Charlie Roberts v Jack Cockayne round the final corner. They're side by side. This is for points. There's no penalties here. What a move that is from Charlie Roberts. Jack is pushing him through the final corner, but it's not going to be enough. What a move to take P11, an extra point for Charlie Roberts. Jack Cockayne P12, John Ahern in 13th. Well, there is your podium then. 2 Haas drivers on the podium. What a lovely sight as a new Haas driver myself. Lennon Lutker, of course, taking the win in the Williams. No surprises there. Driver of the day given to Arno by the game. We will decide on that later on. I think Daniel Bakalik's a great shout for that. Oh yeah, there's your race results. 17.3. He's 6 tenths faster than anyone else. Obviously, there's tyres differences in there, so that's not quite as accurate as you want. Does Harvey want these exported anymore? I'll export it. There you go. There's all your different tyre strategies, and here is your race director if anyone wants to get a warning removed. Not too many today. Stuart, the only one with 6 seconds of penalties. So, quickly run through the race result again. Lennon Lutker P1, Harry Spanswick P2, followed by Daniel Bakalik, Arno Hermans, Emily Yere, 2 Ferraris of Zan and Bart, Stuart Bradbury 9th, Connor 10th, Charlie Roberts 11th, and Jack Cockayne. Your final points place in 12th. I need to screenshot it. Yes, I did. Good, because I need to do drive of the day. Oh, shall we do an interview? I can't really be bothered, to be honest. But we'll do an interview. We'll do an interview. We will do an interview. And I will do drive of the day. Gosh. Question. Alright. Let's go in the F2 interviews chat. It looks like you can hear everything that is going to be said in that chat, which is good. We already have 2 people wanting to do interviews, so that is good. Let's go to the interview screen. Hello. Oh yeah, it has worked. It's just delayed. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to do driver of the day while we wait for the people to join the interview room. We already have 1 of them. We already have 2 of them. I don't know if Daniel is going to join us. But yeah, 2 drivers are here. Let's start with the P2 man. First of all, I want to say what an absolute masterclass from everybody in the Haas team today. With 2 drivers on the podium, and you were one of them. And you looked like you had good pace in qualifying, and then you backed it up in the race, sticking with Lennon for as long as you could, and then ultimately bringing it home. How was managing the tyres? That's something.
Yeah, no, it was good. To be fair, it's the first time I've ever properly had to look after tyres in a race. Like usually it's just I just drive, but it's the first time I've actually had to properly look after tyres, and I could definitely tell because I was losing time at the end. But no, it was good. And the tyres actually felt okay at the end, even though they're like 70%. But Yeah, it was alright.
Yeah, I saw you lost like 8 seconds to Lennon at the end in the last few laps, but obviously he was on much fresher hards with 2-stop. Obviously, did you ever think of a 2-stop, or was 1-stop always the plan?
I think when I boxed, I saw the Ferrari stayed out, and I knew that there was going to be something towards the end with that Ferrari, whether he's going to catch me or whatever. So there was a thought of doing it, but I feel like I left it too late if I ever was going to do it. And when I saw Lennon pit, I was just like, no, there's no point. I'm just going to stick it out and try and see what happens with the Ferrari. But thankfully, this man was my saving grace.
Yeah, the Ferrari had a couple of spins, I think, towards the end, which meant he wasn't going to catch either of you. But yeah, good day for Haas, good day for yourself. Are you fighting for a title here, maybe? If Lennon decides to hang up his boots after this race, as rumoured?
Really hope he does. No offense, Lennon, I'm sure you're lovely. But it's... I don't know. I think Hungary is one of my better tracks. And I'm just taking it one race at a time. But obviously, it would be great to be in contention. But I think the goal for this season was just get a few podiums and maybe a win. So we'll just take it from here.
You've already got one podium in the bag. Thanks for having a chat. Anyway, next up, P3 Man has joined the chat. Daniel Bakalik. P11 to P3. That's surely driver of the day contender. Do you think you should be driver of the day?
I don't know. Maybe.
How was the tyres? How was the race from your perspective?
I didn't expect too much from me because I had problems in the practice. I hate this track actually. The traction is very bad, and the last sector is pain. But I think I'm in P11 to P3. I didn't expect it, so I guess it's good.
Yeah. Again, double podium from Haas. Are we on a constructors or drivers title charge from your cockpit? Maybe.
I think the constructors are real. Not the championship though.
Fair enough. And did you ever think about a 2-stop, or were you always going to do a 1-stop?
No, I haven't. I was going to do 1-stop because I don't know. I didn't. I think if I did 2 stops, it lose too much positions.
Yeah, fair enough. I completely agree. To be honest, I was expecting everyone to do a 1-stop, but. Yeah, some people tried a 2-stop and it seemed to work for them, I think, to be honest. Got a similar result to what they would have done. Anyway, thanks for talking. Anyway, next up is the winner and the pole sitter and the guy who led most of the laps and won by almost 20 seconds in the end, Lennon. Was there even anything to talk about? It looked very easy. The hardest part for you was probably pitting into traffic and then having to make some feisty overtakes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. After the first pit stop, I think that was the hardest part of the race.
And what is this about you potentially retiring? What's going on?
Well, I think I get promoted. I haven't heard anything from the owners, but I wouldn't be surprised if I get forced up to tier 1.
Well, I think you get at least 3 races before promotions, so you might get one more.
Last season I didn't.
You didn't?
Was it F4, I think. I've got moved after 2 races as well, so guess we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, do you want to be in F1? Do you want to fight?
Preferably not. I'm not available on Tuesday, so
Okay.
Wouldn't be ideal. But yeah, it is what it is. I understand if they force me up, but we'll see.
You had a good battle with Arno when he came out the pits, I thought. Going through the field, made a move, and he went a bit wide in the second corner, and then you got him into turn 4.
I think with someone, then he went wide, and then was just staying on the racing line, and he backed out before turn 4. So yeah, good racing.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for coming to the interview room. We love having a chat after the race. Next week is a race. I don't know which race. If anyone knows what race, I'd love to know. But obviously tomorrow is more Hungary, which I actually thought was quite an entertaining race. We had plenty of overtakes. So hopefully more of the same tomorrow. It's Azerbaijan next week. So that's also going to be chaotic in F2 and in all the tiers. But yeah, join us tomorrow where I'll put my money where my mouth is and try and get a podium. Yes, at my best track. That's what you want to see. Until then, goodbye.